And we welcome you courtside here in Long Beach, California, Long Beach City College. If there was one match that you circled this weekend on your calendar, this was it, as the Texas Tyrants and the New Jersey Freedom, two teams that were in the semifinals a year ago, meet today in the regular season. New Jersey coming in at 3-1 on the year, first place in the National Coastal Division. Texas Tyrants, the only remaining unbeaten in the NVA. They are 4-0, 12 points leading the National Central Division. He's Matt Prosser. I'm Ira Thor. Haley Henderson along for the ride as well, as we bring you a match of teams that we know are probably going to win their division when all is said and done. However, well, this could give you the leg up in terms of who is the National Conference winner when all is said and done.
Well, certainly a very pivotal match coming up next here on center court, the only court we have. But everyone's been talking about this match leading up to this one right now, this weekend, this event, specifically these two teams nearly at full strength, maybe a few missing pieces, but they're pretty even on personnel-wise here today, and this is going to be an absolute gem to call along your side, Ira.
New Jersey is missing some valuable pieces today. You know, why aren't they missing these pieces when your OC Stunners are playing them? And New Jersey has a lead in the division because of the win over the Stunners earlier this year. So for New Jersey today, no Tim Ferritter on the outside, no Ian Cap on the outside. Yeah. So they are down both of their starting
and no
outsides.
Matt Buffum through the middle either.
No Stuff'em for Buffum in the middle today.
I was looking forward to watching him do some work today.
And probably the most important of all of them is no Matt Elias. So the last year, preferably the top setter in the division last year, maybe in the entire NVA, unavailable. This is the one weekend he was not here. Enter Derek Sullivan. Last year, an all-star for the Orlando Southern Exposure, free agent acquisition.
No stranger to NBA volleyball whatsoever.
Question, though, Matt, is the timing. They haven't had a lot of time to work. Carlo Edra, his head coach of the New Jersey squad, with Derek and the timing with this group. They're also, with Joe Norman back, going to move Jared Ray to the outside. How much are they going to lose on the serve-receive, not having Ian Cap in the lineup? Contrary, Texas has virtually everybody here today, with the exception of Gianluca Grasso, who's been more of a coach-owner role this year anyway, rather not playing. Taking a look at the starters for the Texas Tyrants, 4-0 on the year. Head coach Mauro Grasso leading them today. It'll be Austin Matatia, the former Hawaii and UCLA standout, starting on the outside. He's number 6. Jake Langlois, the former walk-on at BYU to the Team USA squad. Still one of the greatest stories we've seen in volleyball in the last decade or so. Well, he's the other outside hitter wearing number 10. The right side, Ryan Mather, it's all gone through him this year. He is one of the top scorers in the NVA. The 6'7" right side wears number 14. Your middles today are Avikis Lewin, number 15, and Joseph Garoche, number 17. Chris Hall, the former USC standout, number 7. He is your setter. And Jose Malero is wearing the off-white for the Texas Tyrants. For New Jersey today, they have one player on the bench. Pretty good player. It's Tom Burrell, one of the most efficient hitters in the NVA. They're going to start Dr. Doug Zema today, number 6. The other middle is going to be big Matt Seifert, number 12. Jared Ray, as we mentioned, will be on the outside, taking the place of Ian Cap. The other outside today will be Chris Vaughn, number 9, in place of Ferritter. On the right side, Joe Norman returns to the lineup after some big numbers in the first event of this season. He didn't play in the second event back in the first weekend of May. As I mentioned, Derek Sullivan, number 21, your setter, and John Cunningham at libero this weekend, with Sam Schuldenberg having the weekend off. Underway here, New Jersey in the blue, Texas in the burnt orange and black, and they are on the board first.
Chris Hall getting the block on the overpass, or was it winning the joust? Hard to tell, but first point going to the Tyrants.
Chris Hall doesn't get a lot of blocks. They got one there. Interesting how our picks went in the pregame. As, you know, at least today we were educated about who was missing. Yesterday we picked a little blindly with the Philadelphia-Chicago match. We knew New Jersey was missing some pieces today, Matt. You, myself, and Noah all took Texas. Nick England, he went against the grain. He took New Jersey today. Well, we've proven wrong. We were in the last match as the Puerto Rico Pythons got their first ever victory in franchise history. A little bit of an asterisk there as it came at the expense of Chicago
There's
losing
no
their best
asterisks
player.
on the record books. Okay.
Asterisk
on the
in our
standing
mind.
sheet, there's no asterisks. So, hey, injuries are part of sports.
They are part of sports,
Pythons
unfortunately.
were the lucky recipients of such today, but credit to them, they won it fair and square.
That's just a tough way to get your first ever victory when the other team's top player goes down, and we obviously,
It's very unfortunate.
you know, we obviously didn't hate to see that. Chicago Untouchables now have come back to earth a little bit as they are going to be without their top offensive player the rest of the season.
With also rosters being locked after the conclusion of this event.
Excellent point, Matt. Yeah, you can't add anybody else after this. So if you're not in the roster already, you cannot be in the playoffs. So Austin Mautatia with the kill as the Tyrants side out. 3-2 early on here. And here will be Joseph Grosh, 6'7" out of Danville, California. Played for the Dallas Tornadoes last year. The Tornadoes are now defunct. There's Joe Norman swinging away. And that's going to be too long. Rare error by Ryan Mather. Pretty efficient as a right side.
Now, these teams had a little bit of an abbreviated warm-up before this match because that prior match did run a little over time due to that delay through set number 1. So, you know, some of these players still kind of finding their legs. I think that is a mistake that Ryan Mather won't make later on in the match.
And left short by Big Joe Norman.
6'10", opposite hitter Joe Norman. Formerly of the Orlando Southern Exposure team. 6'9", excuse me, out of Bayshore, New York.
Nice 6'10" with sneakers. You're right the first time.
Sure seems like he's 6'10".
Blocked back and then back over on one as Lewin couldn't put it down. They're going to go to Vaughn and he's going to block it off the tool from the back of the court. Well done by Chris Vaughn, who's in a tough spot today, having to replace Tim Ferreter.
Yeah, so a lot of tension is going to be put on Chris Vaughn for sure. He's going to be expected to step up today and tomorrow. Right, there's 2 matches for New Jersey to play with a short roster. Chris Vaughn has been playing a lot of beach volleyball recently, and this is his first weekend with New Jersey.
And Ryan Mather able to slam it through the block. Ryan Mather on the board with a kill. It's 5-4 in favor of the Tyrants. They'll side out, and here's Austin Mautatia out of Iwa Beach, Hawaii. Turned 25 years old in February. And go to Jared Ray for the first time, and he slams it down. The one question with Jared Ray today is how much they were going to lose in the reception game with Ian Cap off the floor.
Well, definitely a point of discussion for sure is Jared Ray will get a lot of serves going in his direction, but if he's attacking the ball like that, be careful.
Jake Langlois had to stand flat-footed and slapped it off the block. Jose Malero with the spin move. And Langlois through the hands of Norman for the kill. Jake Langlois, 6'10", out of originally San Jose, California. His father played for BYU. He later walked on at BYU. He played soccer and golf, of all sports, in high school.
Need some extra extended clubs, that's for sure.
As that is put down, second kill for Jared Ray. Yeah, I guess you have to have a very special set of fitted clubs for that.
Custom
made. I mean, it sounds like a problem you know a lot about.
I do. My golf clubs are custom.
Those are probably a little more pricey than your normal Dick's Sporting Goods golf clubs.
Just like my suits, you can't really buy them off the rack.
They don't have suits for you in the big and tall store?
Well, there aren't very many big and tall stores around anymore. Trust me, I have searched them out.
Sounds like a good business opportunity.
Clothing stores tend to cater to the average sized individuals.
Matt sounds a little perturbed that there's not enough suits available.
We can go into that at another time, Ira.
Could be a good sponsorship opportunity. Jake Langlois off of the shoulder of Sullivan for the winner. And we're square at 7-all.
I just want to clarify, I haven't ventured into the custom clothing world yet, like some people have to do. You know, typically NBA basketball players, people of, you know, maybe 6'10" or taller, and their long appendages, you know, suit, sleeve lengths, dress shirts, shoe sizes, whatnot.
And they're not going to be able to bring this one back. Side out, New Jersey.
We'll get back on.
Can you imagine?
We'll get back on target here with the volleyball.
Can you imagine Shaquille O'Neal trying to get a suit?
I can, actually. It's called custom, just like his golf clubs.
I'm not sure Shaq's much of a golfer, but well, he's hanging out with Charles Barkley. 8-7. That point did go over to Texas Tyrants. I think they called a lift on New Jersey was the call. Here's Chris Hall out of USC. Hall gets the dig as well. They'll leave it for Jose Malero. And Langlois, he left it short.
Now that is a mistake that you don't see very often from Jose Malero. The libero in the white uniform went the back bump set that just didn't develop where Jake was expecting it to be.
He actually pulled Jake inside on that one, too.
Instantly raises his hand, says, my bad, partner. We'll get the next one better for you.
So 8-8, here's Jared Ray, youngest player on the New Jersey roster. He's only 22 years old. Blocked back by Matt Seifert. And New Jersey again. Malero runs it down and Langlois rolls it over. Chance for Freedom to capitalize. He's behind Ray. And that is the misconnection that we were afraid was going to happen because Sullivan, as talented as he is, has not had a lot of chance to work with this group. They had a long practice in this building last night after the fourth match of the day was complete. But that's not enough, even at this level.
That exact play, the Bick attack, especially in transition, is extremely timing specific. And as a new kind of partnership in this team with Sullivan running the offense, no real surprise that they misconnected on that, but I expect them to fix that throughout this match.
Timing will get there eventually. Remember, they have 2 matches together this weekend, as that's a cross-court winner for Big Joe Norman. Tomorrow, New Jersey back in action as they will take on Orlando Southern Exposure. And again, if you're new to the NVA, there are 5 regular season events throughout the season, beginning in April and ending the first weekend of July, leading to the playoffs at the end of July. You will play 2 out of 3 days on a weekend, usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This year, for this event, I should say, because it's Memorial Day, we shift to a Saturday, Sunday, Monday format.
Back and forth. Speaking of Sunday, that was a nice attack from the backside for Ryan Mather. And this is going to be a very heavily opposite battled match, right, between Ryan Mather and Joe Norman. Both guys just getting warmed up.
And then you have some nice size on the outside between Jake Langlois and Jared Ray. Here's Vaughn. Reach out and stuff someone. Ryan Mather teaming with Vikas Lewin for a big one.
That was a huge stuffing right there by Vikas Lewin, getting the work done, closing that block and shutting it down nicely.
And as Grosh serves, Texas has a 2-point lead for the first time. Joe Norman immediately going back to work.
Is it me, or does it look like Joe Norman is jumping higher these days? I don't know if it's the shoes or if he's just in tip-top form. I mean, he clearly is in great shape.
You didn't see him walk into the building today? He was Captain America. He was literally all dressed out in USA apparel, and I think it was
it's Memorial Day weekend. I mean, that's completely appropriate.
He was, you know, he's Captain America. He's got to play that way.
Unfortunately, though, he made contact with the inline on that foot fault violation, so that's against the rules.
He's Captain America. He's not Superman. I think if you check the New Jersey Team Freedom socials on Instagram, they have made an entrance video based on everything they were wearing coming into the building today. I may have accidentally got into the shot.
Accidentally. Come on.
I'm sitting there on the phone.
You're such a ham.
And that's put away by Vaughn, who's not afraid to swing away. After getting blocked down a moment ago, these guys go right back to the well. It'll be Vaughn serving, team down 1.
Carlo Edra also flying solo this weekend on the bench. Missing his longtime trusty assistant, Justin Beaumont.
Justin Beaumont's in Atlantic City, New Jersey, I believe. He's also the owner of a major club program in New Jersey, Side Out Sports. He's in good hands with Carlo. Carlo's all freedom all the time.
Oh, I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Carlo isn't the main coach for this team. I mean, I know Justin helps out here and there, but
it's tough to do everything yourself, though.
Carlo also the NVA All-Star coach from last season.
New Jersey last year, the first team in NVA history to go a perfect 10-0. And unfortunately, did not have all their pieces come playoff time, did not have Ian Cap, did not have their starting setter, Matt Elias. And then they fell after barely getting by the Dallas Tornadoes in the quarterfinals, fell to Texas, or fell to the Stunners in the semifinals, and then Texas in the third place match. There's Dr. Doug with the prescription for points. Doug Zema out of Manalapan, New Jersey. He did not like the jacket that I wore into the building today because he went to Christian Brothers Academy in New Jersey. My daughter plays for Colts Neck High School, and he let me know he didn't like my jacket. There's Matt Seifert. Pancake for Mathers for breakfast. They're going to leave it here to Ray. Zema stabs at it and sent over on two as Malero lays out. Run down here by Vaughn. The joust goes to New Jersey.
What a rally, Ira. My goodness, rally of the weekend so far.
Between two of the top teams in the country. That's about what you expect. They're not going to let anything hit the floor.
Yeah, we're only 26 points into this opening set. Unbelievable.
And they're already perspiring as they had to mop up a sweat stain on the court. Side out for New Jersey. It's 13-13. And the ball's in the hands of Dr. Doug Zema. Doctor of Physical Therapy, if you are interested. And Matt Seifert makes sure there's nowhere to go.
The front line right now for New Jersey Freedom. 6'10", Matt Seifert, 6'8". Jared Ray, and then you've got Derek Sullivan blocking against Jake Langlois.
And Langlois too long. He tried to go off the high hands in New Jersey. Out in front. Here the visiting team on the scoreboard today. And they have themselves the advantage now.
Just a misconnection. Didn't quite get the top spin on that ball that Jake was looking for. Let's start calling him Triple D. Dr. Douglas Zema, as he misses that jump serve just wide. What do you think? Triple D? Is that a nickname that could stick?
Could stick.
Not to be confused with, of course, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, one of your favorite TV shows on the Food Network.
It all depends what genre we're talking about. Joe Norman swinging away, and he sticks it in the middle of the court. And that will take us to our technical timeout here in game number one. New Jersey against Texas. They got the 2-point lead. Come back for more. Back here, Matt Prosser, Ira Thor, Haley Henderson, New Jersey, and the Texas Tyrants. Two teams that very well could hoist the NVA Cup Championship at the end of July. Derek Sullivan serving for New Jersey. Hall leaves it for Mather, goes deep, but not deep enough. Cunningham sets right, and he left it short. Two former Kane University standouts. Never played together, as Cunningham a little bit older than Ray. Cunningham is 30 years old, be 31 this summer. Jared Ray just a young pup, just 22. Off the tape. And Ray swinging away from the right side, but the big dig here for Texas. Texas has to play that off the block. Here's Langlois, and he just smothers it through.
What a play right there. Molero running the quick back bump set to Jake Langlois in transition. I can't remember the last time I've ever seen that play unfold like that, and it caught the block by surprise.
So Chris Hall will be your server. Hall will be 23 years old the weekend of our 4th event of the season. Actually 24 years old, born in 99. Is that his left short?
I think that's just one too many times over to Chris Vaughn. You've got to utilize Norman in the front row, 6'10", Lyle overhead, 6'7". Run a naked pipe to your smallest outside hitter.
And we've seen the Tyrants score 3 in a row. They lead 17-16. Timeout on the court for New Jersey. Back for more. (17-16), the Tyrants have regained the lead. Here's Chris Hall. Laying out for that one was Ray in front of Cunningham. Ray with a poke. You're going to leave it for Mather. Cunningham saves it from the bleachers. And there's another misconnection.
And spinning out of control a little bit there for New Jersey, as you can see. Not able to get the free ball in the court. Joe Norman hit that one wide.
Here's Chris Hall, who had nearly 4,000 assists during his time playing for USC from 2017 through 2022. First year in the NVA, blocked back by Mather and Grosh. This time, Norman goes over them. Langlois, oh, he left it short. That's 3 today. Then Jake, uncharacteristically, has misfired on. Of course, one was not his fault.
Well, that's another misconnection, trying to run an in-tempo counterattack set that doesn't allow Jake to use his full 6'10" frame. They're trying to go fast to the pin. But if the set's not over the net, as you can see in the replay here, doesn't really help Jake navigate it past the block.
Yeah, great point there about not being able to use his full frame. Does this time, but still dug up. They leave it for Vaughn at a tough angle, and Mather wants that one back.
Well, that's not on Mather. That's on Joseph Grosh, the middle blocker for the Tyrants. Chris Vaughn was well outside the court. He only had the hard angle available. Grosh doesn't close it off, and then Mather gets tagged on defense. The middle's got to close that hard angle.
Happy to see the instant replay, really for the first time in match here on NVA USA, and able to see that well. 18-18 is our score. Too long by Ray. We're talking about fitted clubs and fitted suits, and Spencer Andrews mentioning in the club that Charles Barkley was actually on a flight with one of the players on the way out here with Jalen Penrose for Las Vegas. So timely mentioning of Charles Barkley. Jake Langlois showing some emotion now as he's able to tool the block. And Texas back on top by 2.
Well, this is an important phase of set number 1, so you can understand why the emotion is coming out from Jake Langlois, who's usually pretty level-headed. Call this the business end, Ira.
They leave it for Norman down the line. Malero got eaten up.
I mean, Joe Norman is jumping higher than I've seen him jump over the last several years. And I'm not just making this up. He has clearly added some inches to his vertical. He didn't even have an approach on that one, and he was able to go over Ryan Mather's block to go down the line.
Well, he's also been dealing with a back injury for a long time, so I would imagine, talking to Coach Edra, that it's not feeling like it used to, so that's helping. You're comfortable out there. You're able to jump to your maximum potential. Sullivan goes to Zema, who tools the block. Doug Zema, who played his collegiate volleyball at Sacred Heart in Connecticut. Been with the team now for a number of years. 6'4". Here's the bigger of the two middles. Here's big Matt Seifert, 6'10", out of Reading, PA, the former Penn State standout.
Just fixing a quick issue with the scoreboard here. Make sure the correct score is posted.
I believe it's 20-19. Right now it's 0-0 on the scoreboard.
Nobody panic. We've got the official scorekeeping computer on the desk behind our second official.
Let's see what your eagle eyes say.
20 serving 20.
Oh, it is 20-20. And there we go. 2020, good score, terrible year. Hall chases this down. And Matautia over the block for the kill.
Austin Matautia doing a nice job going off speed that time. Really showing that you don't have to go 100% every single swing. That one about 65% to the perimeter of the court.
Here's Joseph Grosh out of Danville, California. The girl wine up there.
Pulls the string on that one, gets it to drop right on the inline. The middle blocker jump float serve.
Trying to put a cork in this set.
Well inside the inline for the ace.
A big smile from Joseph Grosh. 29 years old out of BYU. Norman off the hands, and a smart play there. He was pushed a little bit outside the pin there and had to go inside and was able to use his height there at 6'10", Matt, to capitalize.
Good adjustment in the air by Joe Norman, realizing that set was going a little wide, but able to make the adjustment.
This is our match of the day, although our previous one, despite an unfortunate injury to Andrew Kohut, ended up being our upset of the day with Puerto Rico beating Chicago. And that's too long. We don't know the official diagnosis of the injury. We could speculate, of course. We're not going to do that. We just know it is an ankle injury. And unfortunately for Chicago, they probably have lost their top offensive player in terms of his total point production for the rest of the year, as Mather misses that wide. And we wonder for Chicago how that's going to limit Joshua Blair now. Because if he's much more of a target than he was before, teams are going to be able to cue on him, and Chicago may not be a sure thing for the playoffs after all. 23-22, Mather.
Chris Vaughn's watch came off.
Wow.
Went flying up in the air. That was wild. I have not seen that before.
It was retrieved by Peter Namiatko for the Philadelphia Founders, but whatever Chris Vaughn was monitoring, well, he's going to have to wait till the second set to get those calculations. Yeah, I want to see that replay in slow motion of the monitor.
The velocity of that attack ripped the Apple Watch right off of Chris Vaughn's wrist.
Hope he's got insurance on that.
Yeah, let's hope so.
You know, it cost to repair a cracked screen.
I don't.
I've never tried it on a watch. I got one I messed up in a basketball game and I just threw it away. There was no way that was getting fixed. Don't ever wear it on the court.
No, I've never been a watch wearer during volleyball.
I was playing basketball actually, not volleyball though, of all things.
Well, I just meant any type of sport other than jogging or yogging sometimes.
I like to know at the end of the day that I actually walked 10,000 steps.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or burned 2.4 million calories. That way I feel a little bit better about my food choices.
There you go.
24-23 is the score. That was set point number 1 that sailed long. So Doug Zemma has the ball in his hands. Set point number 2. See if New Jersey can stave this off. And they will, as that sails long. And we will go to extra points here in game number 1. What else would the fans at home want? We've got a mixed bag of fans watching this one. New Jersey and Texas both represented in the chat. That goes long, and this heads over to Texas. And Vikas Lewin, 6'5", out of Culver City, California, has the ball in his hands.
Also another former Trojan.
Set point number 3 for the Tyrants. That's Seifert. Comes over on 1. Seifert will play it. They go to Ray. Chance here
now
for Langlois. And he goes long. He thinks there was a touch.
No, that was a
misfire.
That was a miss. Half-hearted attempt to convince the referees that there was a touch on the block, but the point will stay with New Jersey.
As that sails long, this will be set point number 4 for Chris Hall. And that's too deep, and the pressure getting to these guys in situations where they're normally not impacted. 26-26. By the way, Vinny Rodriguez, the head coach and owner of the Las Vegas Ramblers, just sent me proof that Jalen Penrose got a shot with Charles Barkley in the flight out. It's a great photo.
That's got to find its way on the Instagram feed.
Does Charles Barkley know who he took a picture with?
Doubt it.
How great of an athlete he is? Oh. And on misfire by Jared Ray. And it goes back over to Texas in this seesaw first set. I mean, I know that Charles Barkley is sort of a name in basketball, but Jalen Penrose is a big deal.
I mean, the Ramblers must be just having a lot of extra funding to be able to fly their guys private like that.
And first class. Some of us broadcasters only sit in economy on the cross-country flight out.
Way back of the plane.
As deep as I can go. Jake Langlois serving 27-26, set point number 5. Will hold on as that ball caroms into the hallway after a resounding thud from Joe Norman.
That's an absolute laser from Joe Norman on that attack.
Joe Norman, who will be getting married this October. Maybe, Matt, you and I can crash that.
Well, if he needs some public announcers, he definitely knows who to call.
Off the pin. And a little connection there inadvertently between Zemma and Mather as they clip heels, they shake hands, and timeout, Texas. Zamora Grosso wanting to talk this over after New Jersey. I believe that's 5 set points that they have shaved off, and they will now have set point when we return. courtside here in Long Beach, California, with fans watching all around the world, even as far away as Egypt. As we've learned here in the chat, 28-27, set point, New Jersey. Hall, a little bit behind Mamatatia. In the back row, Ray swinging away, comes over again. Sullivan with the set for Joe Norman, and he misses wide. And Malero, you saw him vacate the premises. And we're even at 28.
Just good disciplined defense there by Malero to hold his ground on the line and let it go wide.
So Grosh serving again, 28 all. Cross court, got it. Chris Vaughn with the kill. Well, these teams met in the regular season once last year, May 28th, 2022. Freedom won in 5. One of the best matches we saw last year. Jersey trying to win game 1 here to begin what would be their most impressive win of the season as they leave that short.
Back-to-back service errors from Joe Norman late in this first set.
New Jersey 3-1 in the year. They beat Puerto Rico in 3. They beat Matt's OC Stunners in 4. Second event of the year, they beat the LA Blaze in 3, and then they fell for the first time in more than 2 seasons. Had a 13-match regular season winning streak snapped, losing in 5 to the defending champion Las Vegas Ramblers, as that is blocked off the court, hit the line judge's shoe. And this will be set point number 3 for the Freedom. And here is Chris Vaughn, who took last year off to play beach, concentrate on his outdoor game, and he's returned to the lineup in 2023 in quest of an NVA championship. Matatia, Norman waiting for it, chance to win it here, Sullivan. A little short for Ray as he adjusts. And Matatia through the block, and we'll play deep into extra points now at 30-30. Remember back when rally scoring was 30-30?
I do, yeah. Those were some long games, actually.
Really long games.
Those extra 5 points between 25 and 30 was just like, ugh.
Honestly, it was almost the same length as the side-out scoring, so the adjustment to 25, certainly has made this a much easier game to watch and play. Sullivan for Ray, and he got a touch.
An amazing pass off that huge jump serve, keeping New Jersey in system.
Watch this again. Sullivan leaves it for Ray. Yeah, and that caught Matati in the back of the court. Good call by Alvin Otley, our line judge on this side. Dances off the net, but doesn't get the hometown bounce.
And again, now that's back-to-back servers with errors for the Freedom.
31-31.
Oh my goodness.
Error. I know you don't like this part of the game.
Oh my goodness. In overtime, to give away the advantage to the opponent? Gosh.
32-31, set point number 4 for New Jersey. Good pass by Langlois. He'll swing away. And a fair catch by Sullivan. That one got wedged.
You don't see that every day. Sullivan in the right spot, but just too much heat from big Jake Langlois down the line with that swing.
Well, if his volleyball playing and coaching careers don't work out, he has a future as an NFL punt returner. 32-32. So Norman, that is long. So now advantage Texas.
That set just a little bit low. Watch this contact of his arm. Tried to sneak it down the line, but didn't get on top of it enough.
So I believe this is set point number 6 for Texas now. And a big throwdown, Matt Seifert style. 33-33.
Everyone's going to say that this was pretty ugly, maybe a throw, but watch where he contacts it, out in front of his head. Same as an open-handed tip, really.
So we're getting into rarefied air. The highest set score in the NVA this year was May 5th. The Ramblers in the second set against San Diego, 39-37. Oh, Jake Langlois dropping bombs.
Pivotal moment now as Jake Langlois, after getting 2 straight attack points in the front row, shifts to the back row. He'll be the next server for the Tyrants.
So set point, I believe, number 7 for Texas. Langlois, number 10. Sullivan leaves it for Joe Norman, and he gets the touch, catching Malero on the line.
Oh, that could have been called a double. That ball came out with some spin on it from the setter.
We know they rarely will call it, though,
not that we want
to
see an official make the call for game point to give the game away, but that as close as it gets.
34-34. Hope you have a beverage ready to go between sets. This is a long one. No bathroom breaks yet, folks. 34-34. Sullivan with the dig. They leave it. Oh, and then left short by Vaughn. Oh, and he wants that back. After a huge dig by Sullivan, you see Seifert leaving it for Vaughn.
Pretty good set from the big man, too.
He went for the short roll and couldn't connect. We watch it one more time. You see the double block. He tried to avoid it, and he got burned. 35-34, set point number 8 for Texas. Joe Norman, he got the touch. Pretty good pass by head coach Mauro Grasso.
He held his ground, too.
He still got it.
Props to him. He's played some quality ball in his day.
Yeah, everybody giving Coach Grasso a high five there. He still got it, man. Anybody need a libero? 35-35.
I think you two should partner up on the senior tour.
I mean, he would make me instantly better. Into the net. Misfire there by Chris Hall. Nothing Ryan Mather could do. And now this goes back to New Jersey. First set point. Help me out here, man. How many is this?
1,282.
It seems about right. Might be pi. 3.14. Applied mathematics, the theme of the weekend. Oh, wow. Goes high. They're going to have to track this down. They bring it back. That's legal. And Langlois swinging away, and Cunningham had to lay out. From the back row, Ray got the touch, and it is finally over. New Jersey survives 37-35, the second highest set score of the season, and from our recollection, the third highest set score in the history of the NVA. By the way, that's only the first set. We got to do this again and again and probably again, as we will come back to Long Beach City College here in California. It might be May Gray, but this one certainly is fun to watch. Well, first set that both teams refused to lose ultimately goes over to the column of New Jersey, 37-35. Again, New Jersey's playing a little bit out of its comfort zone, don't have the pieces it normally does. We saw the adjustment with Derek Sullivan. He got better as the set went along, and ultimately New Jersey refused to lose at the end.
I mean, that was just an extremely close first set. Can't wait to see more.
Well, Texas is clearly going to want to make some adjustments. We're going to find out what those are, and we're going to send it over to the third member of our crew. Here's Haley Henderson alongside Mauro Grasso, head coach for the Texas Tyrants.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the head coach for the Texas Tyrants. It was a tough battle in the first set. You guys are coming into the weekend undefeated. How are you hoping to leave the weekend undefeated?
Playing a little better than we did now. Some unnecessary mistakes, unforced mistakes, and some of the characteristics that we could touch the ball, but we're not really paying right attention to that thing. Let's see in the second set now.
And how are you hoping to put more pressure on the Freedom team?
Well, just being more attentive and attacking those points that they just showed us now.
So best of luck. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Haley, and thanks to head coach Mauro Grasso. If there's anybody in the head coaching role in this league that has the experience to back up his knowledge, it's him. And if Texas is going to make some adjustments here, he nailed it right there. You cannot have these uncharacteristic attacking errors.
10 attack errors for the Tyrants through one set. I know that was an overtime set, but yeah, 10 attack errors, way too many, right? And that falls on the hitters, but also Chris Hall, the setter. He's got to put the ball where the hitters need the ball to be. That is his job. He's got to do a little bit of a stronger job here in set number 2. Meanwhile, their reception of the ball in serve receive 57%, and their attack percentage a paltry 30%, which definitely needs to improve here as the match moves on.
Smart play there by Austin Mautatia as he gets Texas on the board. And yeah, I mean, you look at who's had the errors for Texas, and totally uncharacteristic. 5 for Jake Langlois, 6 kills and 18 swings. Ryan Mather is 4. He's been one of the top scorers in the NVA this year, hitting just 21%. Part of it's on the players, but part of it's on Chris Hall, and he's got to do a more efficient job. And that's Mautatia with the solo stuff, taking Jared Ray to rejection city.
See if we get a look on that one on the replay, but a nice one-on-one situation for Mautatia to get in front of the hitter and then shut it down.
Too long.
Service errors again does not help the cause. That's their 5th service error of the match. Team Freedom had 9 service errors in that opening set. I'm sure Coach Carlo Edra had something to say about that during the changeover.
No, you're not going to like that one either, sailing long.
They get 10.
Again, fans at home might wonder, well, this is professional volleyball. Why are there so many service errors? And the fact of the matter is you got to serve tough. If not, it's going to be quickly down your throat.
Well, you can't just, tiptoe up to the end line and underhand serve it like you do on your weekend games at the beach on the East Coast, Ira. These guys wind up, big aggressive toss. They go back, they try to hit that ball as hard as possible, place it in the seams. But you're right, very thin margins there between perfect ace or an error.
I didn't know you saw that video. I thought I deleted it off Instagram.
Evidence is out there.
I got to do a purge, I guess. Social purge. You didn't see the karaoke videos, did you?
No, maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Collected off the net. The backset here for Joe Norman. Oh, buries a hole in the earth.
Look out below. Denting the floorboard was Joe Norman.
He almost dented Jose Malero, who's running for his life.
Watch this replay right now. Big step close. And he just absolutely unloaded on that one.
If our producing crew can hear us after this next time out, we want to see that attack by Norman again. That was awesome. And there's a quick answer. No, Mautatia misses wide. No touch. All right, can we see that Joe Norman smash again? Do we have time? That was the most recent play. Guess we'll get it after this next point. It's coming soon. America wants to see Joe Norman break things. Here's Matt Seifert's on the serve. Ryan Mather had to see where he was. He just sent it over, and that is a gift kill. New Jersey fell asleep at the wheel.
A set over free ball for a point. Don't see that very often.
That's why sometimes you just got to keep it alive. All you kids out there, sometimes don't do too much. Play on and live to see another point.
If the set's not where you want it, don't hit it. Just put it over. Put the pressure on your opponent.
Live to see another point. And quick answer from Vaughn, who puts one down. All right. We're going to see this Joe Norman smash. There it is. Oh, that was at the 9-foot line.
I was going to say more like 7.5.
One more time. I want to let me throw this on the Instagram. Yeah, you're right. That's probably your 7.5 feet.
That's one of the biggest ones we've seen of the year so far.
We're going to have to check that part of the court, make sure there's no damage.
Does that qualify for Spike Town? I think it does.
I mean, we are renting this facility, right? I think we break it, we buy it. I don't need that to come out of my expense account. 6-5 is our score as they hand the ball here to Vikas Lewin. Vaughn, and Lewin ate that. He was frustrated he couldn't get that dig up. So Chris Vaughn out of Medford, New Jersey, played for New Jersey in 2021. He didn't play last year, as I said earlier in the broadcast. That's a quick answer here from number 17, Joseph Grosh, 6'7". Grosh is now starting to get up there, 29 years old. Crazy, you could say 29 is getting up there, but in the volleyball world, you've reached, the at least a halfway point of your career. Not everybody's lucky enough to be Russell Holmes and play until you're 40 and still look pretty amazing doing it.
Russell Holmes just has barely aged. Doesn't look a hint over 21.
He literally is like the Tom Brady of the NVA. Doesn't age, can still play.
Yep. Team owner.
Team owner. Tom Brady's going to own the Raiders, so.
Married to a supermodel. Couple of kids.
I think our version of Tom Brady's nicer than.
Certainly. I would agree with that one.
I'm a big Russ fan.
Huge.
Ray, that's a tough angle, and he was able to convert. And they are able to forgive the fact that he's not as efficient and maybe as trustworthy in the reception game as Ian Kapp, because as good as Ian Kapp is, he can't do that.
Nope, that is a sharp angle, especially from the side. Very, very nicely done.
And that's no disrespect to Ian, who we're all big fans of watching out here, but very few players can do that. Or what Matt Seifert did, which is shut the window on Texas. And New Jersey leading 10-7. They got a lot to discuss. Timeout on the court. Back more for set 2 here in Long Beach, California. Back here courtside, Ira Thor, Matt Prosser, and our inquisitive sideline reporter Haley Henderson, all on crew. Nick England has this match off. We have his wife Ari in the chat, so at least we have one England. We had to keep our quota for England's. Substitution here for the Tyrants. Grosh is going to come out, and they're going to bring in number 4, Skylar Amaroshige, out of Ramona, California. Played at San Diego Miramar College and then St. Ambrose. That's blocked back. Second chance here. They leave it for Norman. Oh, and that one finds a line despite the best matrix impression there by Austin Matatia. So New Jersey leading by 3. Here he is, Jared Ray, played 2 years at Kean University in New Jersey, was a first-team All-American. Ryan Mather, Sullivan got his hands on it. Ray laid out, but he's not going to catch that one before it sails into one of the concession stands in the building. Can I say what a great job our replay crew is doing? It's a new addition to the broadcast, and it's right on point. Here's Ryan Mather, team down 2. Let me apologize for those who are able to hear this. Here is Jared Ray. 5-point lead, New Jersey trying to take a 2-0 lead. Vikas Lowen keeping his team going, the Culver City, California native. Ryan Mather, assistant women's volleyball coach at Lafayette College in Pennsylvania, is your server, and he misses long. Ryan Mather, of course, has been an MVP playing overseas. Recently in Denmark in Volley Ligaen. I think I said that right, Matt.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it looks like Volley Ligaen. Maybe I could be a Danish broadcaster. That's on the broadcasting bucket list. That one was about 60 feet up. Ray swinging away. Correction, that was Vaughn swinging away. Vaughn again. And this time shut down by Vikas Lowen, and Tanner Maxwell just checked into the match. Number 3, the former Grand Canyon University two-way player. He is now setting. Chris Hall is out. And immediately Maxwell gets involved with the block. Tanner Maxwell at 6'4".
NVA champion from Las Vegas Ramblers of last season.
He is. And he's from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Also played his college volleyball with Ryan Mather at Grand Canyon University.
He did.
Couple of Lopes now joining the NVA. Also with Christian Janke playing for San Diego Wild.
And they played for the Lopes before Grand Canyon was a top 5 program in Division I. Now,
Pioneers.
Yeah, right now Grand Canyon made their first NCAA tournament this past year.
That they did.
And a great season. And we are officially back online. We do apologize for those technical difficulties. You're back in time to see Jake Langlois has put away another kill, but his squad's still down by 4. And the ball in the hands, not of a Lope, but of a Trojan, in Vikas Lewin. USC, one of the great sports traditions in all of college athletics. From the floor, Vaughn able to keep that alive. They leave this here for Ryan Mather, and he sticks it on the back line. Jared Ray couldn't stab at it. You get a look at this one. Langlois leaves it for Ryan Mather, and that was well within the back of the court, probably 4 or 5 feet inside. Better pass by Ray. Joe Norman swinging away, and that will end up in the seats.
Joe Norman just looking strong from the right side. Another just absolute rocket off of the big right arm of Joe Norman.
Nick England sitting out in the crowd, not even fazed by it. Didn't even try to
No, it's
shrug
just
it
another
off.
ho-hum, you know, right side attack.
They leave it for Langlois again, and that's set by Maxwell, as big as Jake Langlois is, over the target.
He is big, but he's not that big.
He's 6'10". He would have needed to be 7'3" for that. Timeout on the court. Tyrants down 5, in danger of falling behind 2-0. And we don't see too many doubles called, but if you're ever going to call one, that's it. As Jose Molero with the oops.
That's just sort of how this second set has gone for the Tyrants.
And now Chris Vaughn has it for 6 set points for New Jersey. And Jake Langlois takes his frustration out on the ball. Set point number 2, Tanner Maxwell, your server. Big serve from Maxwell.
Oh.
And then sneaky Derek Sullivan with the ollie. The setter dump on 2, and the New Jersey Freedom have come in, and maybe somewhat surprisingly, a little shorthanded, still playing up to their potential and beyond.
Not playing like they're shorthanded.
No, they're playing like this is the way it was all designed to begin with. They lead 2-0, and they will have a chance for a really surprising sweep when we return to Long Beach, California. New Jersey has themselves a 2-0 lead. Carlo Edra's the architect of that, head coach of the New Jersey Freedom, standing by with Haley Henderson.
I'm here with head coach Carlo. What do you think went well for you in that set for it to go in your favor?
I think our big key from that set was just keeping the ball in play and kind of letting them figure it out on their side of the net. Yeah, I think we executed pretty well, sided out well, so that's why the set went the way it did.
Very exciting to watch, and I was told that you have some new ink on your arm. Would you be willing to show us?
I've had this for a while, actually. Yeah, it's my college, and the boys that we have, we can see it there, yep.
Looks great. Back to you guys.
Nice ink, Carlo. As our camera
Too
crew.
bad our cameraman didn't get the actual ink in the picture. Unfortunate there, but
Well, Carlo did
full
a nice
commitment
job
is Carlo Edra
pivoting
right
there. I know his wife, Nicole, is very much a fan of the new ink.
Anyways, back to it now as we get ready to start set number 3. Yep, getting the right correct rotation. Let's see, yes, as expected, Tanner Maxwell is getting the start here for the Tyrants in set number 3.
See, that's the only change for Texas. I mean, they don't have a ton of options on the bench. They do have more than New Jersey. Only player on the bench for New Jersey is Tom Burrell. We fully expect him to be in the starting lineup tomorrow against Orlando Southern Exposure. But New Jersey would love to go into that match, knocking Texas from the ranks of the unbeaten. And it starts off with a Lewin kill off of the left shoulder of Cunningham.
Well, that'll certainly help the Tyrants with a few additional sets through the middle early and often.
So 1-0 as the Tyrants on top and quickly give it back. Let's take a look at some of the numbers through 2 sets. Chris Vaughn, he might be your perhaps 3rd option on the outside this year. Maybe the 4th when you got Jared Ray out there, but he's the guy right now. 11 kills in 22 swings, hitting 50%. Only committed 3 errors. They've gotten 7 kills from Jared Ray. Those two have done a really good job on the outside, and then, as you expect, it's Joe Norman. 11 kills, hitting 65% in just 17 swings. When you need a point, you know where the ball's going.
Yes, certainly.
Meanwhile, on the side of the Tyrants, Jake Langlois, 8 kills, 7 errors.
That's not a solid stat line you expect to see from their big player in Jake Langlois.
Former Team USA player. Everybody's got a bad day sometimes, but in a big spot here, they need Langlois to produce if this is going to go beyond 3 sets. Ryan Mather himself has had a shaky day, 8 kills but 5 errors. Austin Matatia has 6 kills as the 3rd leading scorer for Texas, who gets aced. Remarkably, that is the first ace of the match for New Jersey, and it comes from the biggest man on the floor. And New Jersey has themselves the lead. Langlois tooling the block and is able to get his team back on the board even at 3.
Texas Tyrants just seem to be one step slow here in this match. Really speaks to the efforts that New Jersey Freedom does in their practice gym coming into this event, ready to go regardless of who's in attendance or not. Player-wise
Joe Norman
well.
swinging away. Langlois couldn't run that down. 12th kill for Joe Norman. So Joe Norman, his team up by 1. Uses the tape there. Malero reads it well and blocked back by Doug Zemma. Norman is there for it. Sullivan leaves it for Vaughn. And Malero gives up life and limb. And freed over here by Langlois. Chance for New Jersey to run their system. And they do, but they can't get the touch. Jared Ray with his hand a gasp over his mouth.
Still just missing on that big attack. Saw it misfire earlier, but just a misconnection there.
Yeah, didn't miss by much either, as that replay shows. Nice to see things twice.
Well, no one wants to see that
Yeah,
serve twice, that's for sure.
Never show that to us again.
Both middle blockers missing their first serves here for the Tyrants.
Can we just delete that serve from the whole broadcast on the archive?
Nope. Nope.
So somebody's going to have to see it again.
Yeah. I'll tell you who should see it. Joseph Grosh. He should see it again.
And then practice it?
Practice how to not do that.
Ryan Mather able to tool the block. Side out back to Texas. You know, it doesn't happen when you have the standing, little underhanded, what did you call me before?
Oh, yeah, I said that you tiptoe up to the end line and serve it underhanded
Tiptoe.
over the net.
Was it grandma volleyball?
Sneaky, sneaky, like you like to say.
That only works in outdoors. And that's going to go for an ace, as Vaughn had to lay out for it. Texas into the ace column for just the second time. Ironically, it was Joseph Grosh who had the other ace.
That is ironic.
And that's left short. Matt's hating on me here. He's never seen me serve.
It's that time of the broadcast. Day number 2, match number 5,824.
You know, we're still supposed to do our broadcaster beach game, right? It's supposed to be you and me, the over 40 crew against the young guns of Nick and Noah.
Well, plenty of beach courts here in Long Beach. There's actually a nice sand facility just outside the door here on the campus of Long Beach City College.
All right, so the July event, when it's actually nicer outside.
Sunny.
Yeah,
sunny, yes.
Because we're not going to be here for the June event. This facility is unavailable, so we're going to be in Downey, California for event number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Any closer to your humble home in Hermosa Beach?
Basically about the same.
What about with traffic?
Also
about the same.
About the same.
I mean, I guess in California there's
That's how
traffic
Los
no matter
Angeles
what
is.
way you go.
No traffic, 20 minutes. With traffic, an hour and 20 minutes.
As that goes down for another kill for Vaughn, that pushes him to 13 for the match, and we're tied at 7. I went down to La Jolla on Friday night, and you know, when I originally scouted out the trip, it was like you can get down there in about 80 minutes or so.
At what? At 3 in the morning?
Oh, it was pretty late when I looked at it. That was the first mistake. It took me about 2.5 hours.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right.
I did get back in 75 minutes though, so at least I was winning that direction.
There you go. That's a serious commitment by you, driving from LAX down to La Jolla and back in the day.
I want to go see a friend. It's not that far. It's like driving from New York to Philadelphia.
I would know. I've never made that drive.
Oh, come out east. I'll take you on a little road trip.
Is the scenery as good as driving down Highway?
Oh, it's better.
It's better.
Oh my
says.
God, the New Jersey Turnpike, some of the finest views in America.
I don't know if you're being sarcastic or if you're speaking factually, but some pretty good views of the Pacific Ocean out here on the West Coast on that drive down to San Diego.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing you're seeing on the New Jersey Turnpike except dividers.
I thought you were being a little sarcastic in that statement.
I was actually texting my friend while I was
driving?
dead stopped. No, dead stopped. I'm a safe driver, Matt Prosser, and saying that if I'm going to be stuck in traffic,
you'd rather be stuck on the Jersey Turnpike than.
I was actually good being stuck on the 5 if I'm going to be stuck, because you got the Pacific on your right side and in front of you down the highway. So things could have been worse. Now, if I had an electric vehicle, I would have been in trouble, but
it would have added another hour onto your trip because you had to recharge. Speaking of
Matt
recharge.
Seifert recharging the New Jersey Freedom, a big kill for him. They don't use Matt Seifert nearly enough. In fact, that's just his 8th swing of the match, his 3rd kill, but that is what the big guy's capable of doing.
Big guy indeed, 6'10", former Penn State Nittany Lion, NVA All-Star, like we so often remind everybody. making his presence felt through the middle on that one.
That's Seifert from Reading, Pennsylvania. He's probably taken the Pennsylvania Turnpike one too many times out to University Park.
I got a question for you. Why are there only turnpikes on the East Coast and not the West Coast?
Because on the West Coast there are freeways, and they're mostly free, whereas on the East Coast there are turnpikes. It's your turn to pay out of the pocket.
But what is a turnpike? Is that an animal native to the East Coast or something that they just turned into a generalized term for traffic patterns?
Turnpike is the name for the person who died sitting in traffic. It's named after them to settle the lawsuit.
Gotcha.
Why do you park in the driveway and drive on a parkway? A lot of perplexed questions out there. Why is Joe Norman at 6'10" unable to unleash aces like this? That poor Jose Malero at 5'5" can't defend.
I still want to get the radar gun here for some speed of serves that these guys are hitting. North of 70 miles per hour, perhaps.
Get that radar gun, whip it out. As Norman misses that into the net, 11-11. So here's Grosh. He's going to get a chance to redeem himself. They leave it for Norman, and he always finds an answer.
Well, this is a blocking breakdown right there by the Tyrants. Austin Natatia jumping with the middle attacker for New Jersey Freedom, basically leaving Joe Norman all alone. And that is not a strategy that's going to work in your favor if you're wearing the orange and black tonight.
New Jersey seeking an unlikely sweep. They lead 12-11. Now we're tied as Lewin lays it down.
I think you meant an unexpected sweep.
It's definitely unexpected. Did I say expected?
You said unlikely.
Well, it's also unlikely.
Yes, but it is volleyball, and you can win in 3 straight sets.
I just didn't think it was likely to happen.
I mean, I agree with you. Also think that it's highly unexpected if it was to happen.
It's also highly unexpected for the Puerto Rico Pythons to win today, but that's what they did for the first time ever.
Yeah, this is true.
Joe Norman somehow keeps it on the court. Matt Seifert, I should say, has Doug Zema with the block down, and then Zema knows it on the way down, admits the fault as he catches the net. Credit to Dr. Doug, though. Nearly got the solo stuff.
Nearly.
He says he got the net twice.
Triple D.
As he admits fault to our down ref, Patrick Bradley.
No.
Zema, that one was left short. That would have been legal had he kicked it over.
A little misconnection there with the middle, so perhaps seeing a few too many hitting errors to Coach Carlo Edra's liking, and he decides to use his first of 2 timeouts here in set number 3.
So we'll take a timeout as well. Texas trying to stay alive in this match. They lead 14-12. Back here in Long Beach, Ira Thor, Matt Proster, Haley Henderson with you. New Jersey trying to answer back. Cannot do so here as Norman with just his 3rd error of the match, and Texas has themselves a 15-12 lead. Well, if anybody can make an adjustment, It's having a coach on the floor. Carlo Edra has a coach on the court literally in Derek Sullivan. He is the head coach at Division II Belmont Abbey, where he's maybe the greatest setter in school history. Was an assistant coach with the program, and he got elevated to head coach in the summer of 2021. Just finished his second season. He was roughly about 500 this past year. His wife Heather is the assistant women's coach at Winthrop.
That's a volleyball family right there.
It absolutely is. So no doubt in my mind that if anybody can make adjustments, it's Derek Sullivan. But right now it's a 3-point deficit. Tyrants trying to stay alive and looking like they may do so here in this third set. It would take a reverse sweep to avoid their first loss of the year. Run down as Sullivan and Joe Norman collide momentarily. And Jake Langlois, sensing some disorganization, takes advantage. Sullivan and Joe Norman collided on the sideline, and that led to the broken play. So here's Austin Mautatia. And he gets the ace. And this is how New Jersey got beat against Las Vegas. They won the first two sets, 25-20, 25-22, and then they got complacent. Or maybe Las Vegas got inspired and came back and won 15-22 and 15-13 to steal that match. Can Texas do the same? More to come here in Long Beach. Back to live action, 5-point lead for the Texas Tyrants. Big swing from Jared Ray to get the side out for New Jersey.
Jared Ray doing a great job going high and over the block that time. Not afraid to max jump, make good contact with that ball, drive it cross court for the winner.
Derek Sullivan, his first match playing for New Jersey. It's Ryan Mather heating up. So Ryan Mather should be in double figures in kills now through 3 sets. And here's Vikas Lewin. Matt Seifert can't connect. He has a hitting error for the first time.
That's that way too low, forcing it through the middle. Questionable choice that time by Derek Sullivan. Watch where he takes this set from way too low, tries to slip it in there. Maybe he wasn't actually going to Seifert. He might have stolen that set, but hitting error nonetheless. Nearly the triple ace, though.
Staying alive, and Joe Norman. Oh, he misses long. And New Jersey might challenge this one. Norman looks over to head coach Carlo Edra, and they believe there was a touch. So we're going to take a look at this one. Patrick Bradley, our R2. Dennis Franciscini is in the R1 chair today, so let's see if we can have the challenge brought up here on the broadcast. I know they were working.
Challenging for a touch off the block. Initial call from the court is a attack out of bounds. See here whether or not there was a touch on the blocker's fingertips right here on the attack from Norman. I think that's well over the block.
I think it's over the block as well.
I do like this challenge, though, especially since Carlo Edra probably still has 3 remaining. He hasn't used one yet, so this is almost like a de facto timeout, right? Just to slow it down. Burn the challenge. You're not going to get the point. It is confirmed out of bounds, but try to slow the momentum down that Texas currently has.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Again, if they go to a 5th set, you're going to lose all the challenges you have anyway, so why not at least use that to your strategic advantage?
Mm-hmm.
They still have 2 challenges remaining in the 4th set, shall they need them. But a 7-point lead for the Tyrants. That's 1 shaved off, as Jared Ray gives Austin Matatia a haircut. Here's Ray to serve. They leave it for Ryan Mather. That's wide. So it's 2 points back to New Jersey.
Just not the cleanest game today being played by Texas Tyrants. Not too sure what's going on. I don't know if they've got some airplane legs or what, but some uncharacteristic hitting errors for the Tyrants.
Are most of these guys flying today?
Well, you know, they say every time you cross a time zone, you actually need to rest 2 more hours to make up for it.
Sullivan able to dig that poke. Here's Joe Norman. Malero runs it down. And then Jake Langlois. That's the Jake Langlois we know. So since I have to cross 3 time zones to get here, actually, what, sleep 6 hours additional?
Additionally to your typical, for you, I don't know, 5, 6.
I usually get about 6 hours a night.
So there you go. So you need 12 hours of sleep.
Oh, I would wake up.
Is that feasible for you?
No, it's impossible. It's just not. As Maxwell leaves it short. I was at a baseball regional last weekend, and I actually had to take like a 20-minute nap in the car because it's 12 hours just standing around.
Yeah.
Finally caught up to me. We do a lot of standing around here, a long weekend of volleyball, but it's worth it as the NVA has been able to produce. There is hope for American volleyball to be long-lasting. That's why you never give up on a point. And as they turn their back in the play, they are fortunate to steal that point. So here is Jake Langlois. He's about a foot taller than Noah Chast, who's watching this match with his whole family on the Jersey Shore. And Jared Ray with that smash to cut it to 5, but they're going to need to go on a run now, or this is going to a 4th set. We miss you, Noah. Although Haley's doing a great job, so you can rest assured you took a good weekend off, and deservingly so. And don't forget the Jersey Shore, way better in Bend, Oregon, as that is long. Although I feel the air is probably cleaner in Bend, Oregon. And the paddle boarding is probably safer.
Water's probably a little cleaner too.
A lot cleaner, you could actually drink it. That's my problem, is I drank the water in Jersey. 24-18, 6-set points for Texas. And it'll end right here on the block by Lewin and Matatia, and we will play at least 4 as the Texas Tyrants take game number 3, 25-18, and they trail now 2-1. New Jersey will try to end this in a 4th. They don't want another reverse sweep facing them down. More to come from Long Beach. And we're back here courtside. He's Matt Prosser. I'm Ira Thor. Haley Henderson's over there. She'll have more insights as this match goes along. But for New Jersey, they have to finish the job now. They cannot allow us to go to a fifth.
Well, I mean, I think everyone at home would love to see this match go to a fifth. I wouldn't mind it, actually, too. I mean, these two teams really getting after it. It was a little lopsided through sets 1 and 2, but you got to be happy about that response from the Tyrants to take set 3.
But if you're in New Jersey, history not on your side when you're facing the top-tier teams going to a fifth. We saw how they were up 2-0 convincingly over the Las Vegas Ramblers and let that slip through their fingertips. For New Jersey, this would be a feather in their cap, right? They have wins over your OC Stunner squad. That's their best win on the year. They've lost to Las Vegas. They've beaten the teams that they're supposed to beat. If they can have a victory over Texas, knock them for the second year in a row from the ranks on the unbeaten, that keeps them in the class of the elite teams in the NVA.
Yeah, it certainly does. And, you know, we're about halfway through the season. Teams jockeying for position as that playoff picture becomes a little clearer.
I feel as if New Jersey's almost gotten forgotten in the great teams conversation here in the league, right? Las Vegas looks unbeatable right now. Texas is the only unbeaten team remaining. San Diego is the new belle at the ball, having a tremendous inaugural season. New Jersey, they never went anywhere. They're still here.
You're right. They've gotten good contributions from their new players too, but
and the Stunners, your team keeps getting better. That one coming our way. Oh, destroys everything. What was in the cup, Haley Henderson? It's now everywhere. As that kill goes over to New Jersey, Derek Sullivan will serve. I have myself a NVA souvenir. I am not giving this back, although it does say wild on it, so Nick might track me down. Cunningham with the dig. Great job by him. And the clearance in the ceiling allows New Jersey to play this on. Langlois saved here by Ray. Oh, and a useful spot by Joe Norman.
It smells like it was coffee. I smell coffee all of a sudden, and
yeah,
that's what it was.
I think the NVA banner is stained. I hope we have some dry cleaning available. It was coffee. Amazingly, I ended up unscathed. However, it's all over the floor, so, you know, we could use some towels. Touchdown to give my souvenir back to Tom Burrell. So I'm going to broadcast and also mop up at the same time because, you know, we can multitask here on NVA USA. I needed to stand anyways. Langlois, Sullivan couldn't bring that one back.
You're a jack of many trades, Ira. Doing a great job cleaning up that spilled coffee.
As long as it's the only jack I am. Don't look at me like that. Yeah, the stain on the apron here. We're going to need to do something about that. Hope we got some dry cleaning in the budget. Matt Seifert nearly leaves a stain on Texas. And he does! Matt Seifert with the stuff down. Cashing his checks.
Reaching out and stuffing Jake Langlois, as you like to say.
I'm still looking at stuff everywhere, not stuffing on the court. 3-2 New Jersey. Here's Jared Ray. Too long. So a 3-3 game, set number 4 here in Long Beach. That one, nothing Joe Norman could do about it, and Austin Mautatia certainly did do something with it as the Hawaiian puts it down.
Yeah, that set from Sullivan got away from him. Basically went over the net. Austin was there to clean it up.
Here's Norman swinging away, and he left it short. That's now 3 in a row for the Tyrants. They lead 5-3.
That out-of-system play is a very difficult ball to attack, but the one thing that you cannot do, as Joe Norman just did, is slow down your arm swing. Be aggressive, go up and reach for it. Try to hit the ball deep. Don't change your arm swing. As soon as you change it, that's what will lead to error.
So 5-4. Seifert, the serve. Goes over on one, and Dr. Doug sends it to the pharmacy.
Triple D at the net, cashing it in,
Listen,
like you say.
if I can call the setter dump on 2 and ollie, you can give Dr. Doug any nickname he can work with.
Uh-oh.
Friendly fire for the ace. If we can see that one again. Here's the serve from Matt Seifert. And yeah, Grosh got caught by his teammate Langlois there with the misfire. And New Jersey, after getting up 3 in a row, they've scored 3 in a row themselves. You can see just how finicky this can be.
Finicky.
Finicky.
I like it.
SAT word for the day.
Wordle. Finicky.
There's only 5 letters in Wordle.
That's why I don't do very good at that game.
What's my streak right now? Got 122 in a row.
Wow.
Yeah. I know a lot of words. Like stuff. 5 letters there. S-T-U-F-F for New Jersey. I'm going to play that word today. If it comes up, man, I'm playing the lottery.
Stuff.
Yes. It would fit. There's 5 letters, and you can play more than 1 letter twice.
Lottery has to do with numbers, though, not letters and
I
words,
know,
right?
but if that's actually the word, what are the odds? Not very good in my favor. 7-5 New Jersey. And that one will slip through the block as Ryan Mather back in the kill column. Ryan Mather had 12 kills and 27 swings through the first 3 sets. Was only hitting at a 44% clip, though, because he had 6 errors along the way. Gianluca Grasso had 11. Gianluca Grasso, I'm so sorry. Jake Langlois had 11 kills. Gianluca's not with us. His father, Morrow, is, however, coaching.
That'd be impressive if he had 10 points. He's not here.
I mean, he is that good. If anybody could pull it off.
Oh, he
hey,
got it.
Jake Langlois was a soccer player before he was a volleyball player, and that's what happens. However, Joe Norman not impressed with Jake Langlois' ability to play more than one sport.
The kick save by number 10 in orange was quite impressive. They got it over the net, but then it's number 24 with another right side hammer down the line for the point.
I can applaud that kick save there by Jake Langlois.
And Coach Grasso was getting there too. Don't forget about him. He's from Brazil. He loves his football.
I mean, you're basically born with a ball in your foot in Brazil. And then when you get bigger, it goes in your hand and you serve. And there's Ryan Mather with the put down. And Texas within 1.
Really nice set that time from Tanner Maxwell. Just putting that one right on a platter for Ryan.
I mean, soccer, volleyball, those are your 2 Brazilian sports. They're obviously, you know, a great basketball country as well in recent years, but and that's missed wide by Jared Ray, and we're back all square again at 8.
You know what else Brazil does really good? Steak.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
And I really enjoy the red, yellow, and green table feeding lights. You leave the green up and the food just keeps coming.
Joe Norman, that one's going to be off the court. Little too much for Vaughn to play, and the point over to Texas. And you know what Brazil does really, really, really well? One of my favorite drinks, the Caparina.
Oh, the Caparina. Yeah, those are tasty, too.
I could use one of those right now as we go to a timeout.
I'll be honest, you could use 4.
Hey, bartender, bring one over. 9-8 Texas. We'll be back for more. So Texas able to score 3 in a row themselves. They have reclaimed a 9-8 lead. Ira Thor, Matt Prosser, Haley Henderson here courtside in Long Beach, California. Don't forget, we still have one more match to go, and it should also be a pretty good one as the Inland Empire Matadors, after giving away a match yesterday against the Utah Stingers, look for redemption. Matt Prosser will be on the sideline coaching his OC Stunners as they look to avoid the upset. That will be at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. And after that, I'm going to go find some places that will serve me a Caparina.
I know exactly the place you should go, actually.
Any recommendations you got?
I do. I have one for you, a Brazilian steakhouse. It's called Greenfields. It's delicious.
I'll just go for the Caparina. I don't think I'm hungry enough for a steak right now. Although by the time this match ends, that might change.
Ryan Mather will have a steak after this match. That's for sure. He's earned it.
He's feasting. 10-9 Texas. Here's Langlois for a useful spot.
Let's talk about Jose Malero on defense for the Texans. He was already down, committing to the play, has to roll out of it to save the ball. And then Jake going with that off-speed roll shot over the block into the opening.
So 11-9 Texas. We did have a compliment for Joe Norman. One of the fans in the chat wants to know, what training and recovery program Norman uses to not only take care of his body, but his vertical leap, which has certainly improved this year. That's a poke save there. Oh, miscommunication between Dr. Doug and Joe Norman. And that could be a turning point here in this fourth set now. 12-9 in favor of Texas.
Still time for New Jersey to fix that one, but Coach Edra's going to use his first time out here.
Yeah, they got to figure this out quickly because this is starting to loom very similar to that Las Vegas match that we talked about earlier. Time out on the court. More to come here. Game 4 in Long Beach. So after the timeout, 12-9 in favor of the Tyrants. They win this set, we will go 5. And that means each team will at least receive a point. But New Jersey only cares about the W right now, as Norman will send this over. They're going to leave it for Lewin. And he connects for the kill. Because Lewin's 6 kill and 10 swings. Very quietly, been very productive today. It's 13-9. That's going to come over on one, and Jake Langlois swings right away, but Cunningham read it. Another free ball. Too many chances for Texas. Tanner Maxwell. And New Jersey right now has got to regain its composure, or this is going to end up in the Tyrants column.
No, any more points in favor of the Tyrants, they'll run away here with set number 2 and have all the momentum going into the tiebreaker.
Pretty much have the momentum right now as New Jersey can't stay in system. Oh. And a big break there as that set by Maxwell short for Lewin. And interesting enough, it shows the depth of Texas's setting options this year. Tanner Maxwell and Chris Hall have both been a man of the match. Who hasn't been a man of the match yet? Jake Langlois is.
How about that?
Zema stabs at that one. Vaughn swinging away. Big time dig from Ryan Mather. Vaughn tracks that one down. They leave it for Joe Norman, and he does bad things.
New Jersey's got to make a move right now, Ira, if they want to fight their way back into this one. Can't let this lead grow.
14-11, the deficit is 3. Nearly blocked back, but a great play by Mautautia. And off of the hands, Texas gets it.
That kind of sums up this second half of this match. Every chance on the counterattack for Texas, they've been able to get it, and earlier on they were not getting those balls on the floor or in the scoreboard.
Well, one of the fans in the chat, the Braven Bauer, asked, what's wrong with freedom? And Matt, I think you just answered it. Everything going the way of Texas right now, although New Jersey right now gets the side out here. If they could string together a couple points, make it 15-14, we got a very different looking fourth set.
That's a big if right now.
Remember, there is no tactical timeout here.
That's definitely not going to help the cause.
So here's Tanner Maxwell, 16-12. Maxwell will be 30 years old in December out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Showing no age, apparently. With the ace, the lead back to 5.
Just adding to it.
With age comes wisdom. That's not something that us old people just say. It's actually true. And he leaves that one short, however. Lead cut to 4 for Jared Ray. He's got youth on his side. Born in 2001. This can be brought back, and it is, and then Cunningham sends it over. Can Texas capitalize? They leave it for Langlois. Was there a touch? Dennis Franciscini says yes. New Jersey, they were playing coy there. There really was a touch. Eventually, they don't say anything. They're not going to argue it, not challenge it. Gamesmanship, Matt, gamesmanship. 18-13. That probably was a double, so if they don't call it here at this level. And that is why it's New Jersey with the break. If I'm playing, that's definitely a double.
It's a double on the beach.
Very fair point. That definitely is a double on the beach. But they do allow a lot to go here unless it's just plain as day ugly. Here's Matt Seifert. He's already unleashed an ace. Ryan Mather delivers another kill, and he's heating up, and that's trouble for New Jersey.
Well, for Texas now just 6 points away from pushing this match into the tiebreaker. And I, for one, Ira, would like to see it. These two teams have battled it out here for the last 2 hours. Don't sell everyone short. Go the distance and fight it out in that short game to 15 points.
Joe Norman, dynamite down the line. Now that back injury he fought all of last year, I don't know how gone it is per se, but he certainly looks super healthy right now.
Seems to be pretty much non-existent, Ira.
Listen, as somebody who has back injury themselves, and it can be debilitating. There's times where you just can't do anything. So for him to be able to overcome that and play at this level, and again, Joe Norman's not a young guy in terms of the volleyball world. In fact, a couple days ago was his birthday. He turned 29, May 25th. That was Thursday, was his 29th birthday. Happy birthday, Joe. Ryan Mather not allowing him to blow out any candles here as he puts one down the line. Ryan Mather, he's 30 himself. So 5-point lead for Texas. We are very likely going to a 5th set unless something changes drastically.
I can't believe Joe Norman is only 29.
I think the bandana adds 10 years. Matatia swinging away, dug up by Vaughn. And then Joe Norman, he's a young man, doing young man things.
That was nasty. Counterattack, what a set. All the way across the court, Joe Norman just detonating on that one.
Hate to see the
As
damage.
if the block wasn't even there, Ira.
Hate to see the damage he'll do when he's 31.
Oh!
That kind of damage, perhaps. Dr. Doug takes him to rejection city. Timeout, Texas, and the lead now just 2. 20-18. Tyrants still clinging to the win. If they can force a 5th set, we'll find out they can when we return. Back here at courtside, Chris Vaughn to serve, see if he can cut this deficit to just 1. Better pass by Langlois, and the tip sent right back by Sullivan. Malero runs it down. Mather swinging away, and he misses long. Drama pursuing. Jake Langlois waving his teammates over. The Tyrants are regrouping right now on the court. The momentum has firmly swung back towards New Jersey side.
Well, that was the right shot attempted by Ryan Mather. Just misses the corner, though. Now a 1-point lead. Texas Tyrants just clinging by their fingertips, their nails, their fingernails, Ira, to the lead right now.
Hopefully they have some fingernails left. This is definitely nail-biting volleyball right now. They led by 5. Deficit's now 1. 4 in a row for New Jersey. A good server here in Vaughan. Here's Vaughan out of Medford, New Jersey. It's the southern part of the state. Graduate of Stevens Tech. They just won a national title. Mather, too much power. And a much needed side out. Texas doing a good job of regrouping. It'll be Mautautia to serve. 25 years old at Ewa Beach, Hawaii. Started his career at Hawaii, played 2 years for the Warriors, then 2 years for the Bruins of UCLA. Ray swinging away. Here's Langlois. That's blocked back. Langlois again. Reach out and stuff someone. Sullivan and Doug Zema. And some perspiration on the court. Of course, this is also America's favorite game of stall. But quite frankly, after what we saw before with the really unfortunate and sad injury that ended the season for Andrew Kohut for Chicago, you don't want to take any chances. Chance for New Jersey to tie it here. Mather doesn't allow that to happen.
That one gets sent upstairs into the crowd.
That one landed in our production booth, I believe, on the second level. Every time New Jersey's got within one, Matt, Ryan Mather's got an answer. He's a champion here in the NVA. He's an MVP in Europe. Having him and Langlois on the court together is almost unfair. Yet New Jersey has a chance to potentially still win this match.
This one might lead to a challenge. The reserves of the Texas Tyrants are adamant that that ball was in fact out of bounds, even though the line judge called it in.
So Texas is going to use, I believe, its second challenge, if memory serves correctly. We're going to take a look at this one here. That's in. That's in by a foot.
Yep.
The reserves might need some glasses. Haley Henderson right there looking right at the replay and nodded immediately. Oh my God, that was in. So Texas wasn't even long enough to make that a timeout, quite frankly.
Nope, that was the easiest challenge our officials will get all day long.
Great camera work by our crew as Sullivan serves away. New Jersey within one. Langlois, net violation, New Jersey. Oh, a golden opportunity wasted. So side out, Tanner Maxwell to serve for Texas. Tanner Maxwell at Las Vegas, Nevada. First year playing for the Tyrants. And they cannot keep it alive. And this will be 3 set points for the Texas Tyrants off the Maxwell ace.
What a comeback here by the Texas Tyrants. Ira backs against the wall, responded in set number 3 for a dominant set victory. Now at set point with a chance to push it to the tiebreaker.
They leave it for Matt Seifert, dug up by Maxwell. Langlois looking to end it, and he does. 25-21. We said in the pregame show today that Texas had not been challenged this year, as they have had victories over Chicago, the Blaze, the Founders, and the Pythons. Well, they are being challenged today, and this is going 5, a potential reverse sweep on the line. We'll play to 15. 5th set coming up here in Long Beach. Come back, we got a lot more business to do. Sure. They're very handsome.
Close up on Ira.
Back here courtside. You like drama?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, you watch all the soaps?
Yep, all of them.
Well, we got a soap going on right here. New Jersey Freedom.
High drama.
Texas Tyrants.
High drama.
Get your popcorn ready. 5th set coming up. We have some fans walking in costumes. Well, that's what you get for the 5th set here in Long Beach.
Get your money's worth. Let's go.
It was actually a good bargain to get in here today, considering the drama that's been on the line. Not only this match,
fans are getting
Puerto
their money's
Rico winning for the first time as a pro franchise. And the ball in the hands of the Tyrants. They win the coin toss. And it will be Vikas Lewin serving, a race to 15. New Jersey trying to avoid getting reverse swept for the 2nd time this year. Same thing happened against Las Vegas.
Oh, no.
That's not very good. That's a good way to start if you're a New Jersey fan. Nothing Ryan Mather could do there to keep that alive.
It's one thing to put up a good hittable set, but it's another one to try too much and be too aggressive. That time it went over the net and outside the antenna. Unhittable.
Vaughn, your server. 1-0 New Jersey, and we're tied at 1. First time that Grosh has gotten involved in forever.
I like that play. Tanner Maxwell from the 10-foot line firing into the middle. Grosh doing a good job being up and available on the replay here. Nice play from off the net from Tanner Maxwell.
Maxwell is your server. The joust goes over to the Texas side. Langlois swinging away. Laying out for that dig was Vaughn. Oh, and Joe Norman, a rare misfire for him. So Tanner Maxwell will serve with the lead. Interesting enough, Maxwell didn't set at Grand Canyon. He was a right side hitter.
That is interesting.
Let's look at some of his career numbers. Leaves that one short. Jake Langlois missing wide, and we're all square again at 2.
Now that for an untimely attack error. Getting kind of that back quick. Haven't seen that very often from Jake Langlois. Who knew?
Dances off the tape. They're going to leave it here for Maxwell. Or correction, for Mather. Gets blocked back. Mather again off the hands, but read well. Here's Joe Norman dropping dynamite as he screams out, "Let's go."
He has not called a double contact all season long. He's not going to do it now. Don't argue with them. They don't call the double contacts except against Jose Mulero earlier on in this match.
I mean, that was basically a triple, that one.
A rarity in itself.
Jose Mulero grew a third arm on that one.
We saw one called against Jair Santiago. That one was pretty obvious, though, as soon as he put his hands up to take that ball on overhead. It was instantly a double.
So New Jersey up by 2, trying to pull this one out. Ryan Mather having none of that. That is kill number 22 for Ryan Mather. He and Joe Norman both above the 20 threshold.
Battling it out for not only the win, but potentially the man of the match honor as well.
And I don't see who else could get it. It's one of those two guys right now. Jared Ray, Langlois, a two-handed dig there.
Oh,
what a youthful angle.
Sneaky,
Ryan Mather.
Sneaky with the cut shot.
Wow, look at this again. Ryan Mather on an almost impossible angle.
The shot he learned on the gritty beaches of Hermosa, where he went to high school in Redondo Beach, played for Duncan Avery at the Seahawks over there. Well done by Ryan Mather.
Joe Norman didn't play beach in California. He's from Bayshore, New York, where they fight traffic and stuff.
On the turnpike.
Actually, I think that's the LIE over there. Long Island Expressway. Only expressway they really have in that part of the country.
Wait, so expressways on Long Island, turnpikes everywhere else on the East Coast?
We got parkways. We got some parkways.
Oh, parkways also. Gosh,
You got to pay for those.
How do you keep track of them all?
GPS. That's the only way I keep track.
Oh,
and
you
Ryan
keep track
Mather,
of that,
oh my God, nearly takes the knees off of Derek Sullivan. Kill number 23, 24, losing track here. And Sullivan got lucky that that wasn't worse than it looked. 5-5. Cunningham runs this one down, and Joe Norman just too much expressway.
Trouble all starts with a pass. Got to pass the ball first. Keep your team in system. New Jersey out of system that time, and Joe Norman with an untimely attack error.
And now the Tyrants have scored 4 of the last 5 points. Got to score here in New Jersey, and they will. Timely kill to tie it at 6. But look at this again. And well done here by Jared Ray, as he will drop back to serve. And misses that one short. Can't afford to have more than one mistake in a row. Cannot compound it at this stage of the match. New Jersey, in their last match, May 7th, they got a bad taste in their mouth, had their 13-match regular season winning streak snapped when they led 2-0 against the Las Vegas Ramblers. And the Ramblers came back for the reverse sweep. New Jersey lucky to keep that alive. Chance here, they're going to leave it for Lewin, and it falls to the middle of the court. And the teams will change sides with Texas leading 8-6.
Texas with all the momentum right now. Everything working for them. Off-speed shots, big serves, siding out. Ryan Mather is on fire. 2-point advantage halfway through this race to 15 points.
And this is only the first of 2 brutal matches that Texas has this week. And tomorrow they take on the San Diego Wild. They're only got 1 loss themselves, 3 o'clock Pacific. You'll be on the call of that one. I'll be on an airplane. In the meantime, Ryan Mather had a championship-level performance today. He's our man of the match, and he stands by with Haley Anderson.
Thanks, guys. We're here with our man of the match, Ryan Mather. An incredible performance today. Your team is coming into this weekend undefeated. Do you feel like you have a target on your back or some pressure to perform at a really high level to keep that undefeated status?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, anytime I play an undefeated team, you want to give that team their first loss. Really happy to have Mr. Grosso here today. He was giving us a lot of really good pointers on the bench, and honestly, I think that helped us get the win. Being down 0-2, like, he kind of helped us settle into the match a little bit, and especially with me, I was getting a little bit frustrated here and there with some things, and him and the team really helped me settle in. So it's really good to have him here, and it's just a fun volleyball game. I don't know, you can't say it any other way. Like losing 37-35 in the first, coming back and winning in the fifth, it's just fun.
And the New Jersey Freedom team definitely gave you guys a run for your money, but you still got 23 kills in this match. What's going through your head as you're making these points for your team? Does it keep you going? Does it rile you up, or do you focus on the next point?
Trying to focus on the next point. They're a really good team, so props to them. They were slowing me down a lot, giving me some problems in the beginning. I just kept sticking with my setters. They really put me in a good position, and they were ripping some really good serves today, and our passers kept us in system, and I think that helped us out a lot. And we ran our middles really well. Vikas and Joe, I'm sorry, just incredible in the middle. And Tanner coming in off the bench. Kudos to him, man. Like, cold coming in off the bench and then winning 3 sets in a row, it's impressive from him. So just an all-around really good win, and time to go recover.
Congratulations and great game. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Recover they're going to have to do because they have a short turnaround. They'll play tomorrow at 3 o'clock against the San Diego Wild team that's very capable of knocking them from the ranks of the unbeaten. Meanwhile, for the New Jersey Freedom, that's now 2 losses in a row, both in similar fashion. They started the year 3-0. They had been running through regular season competition. They've now shown an Achilles heel, and that's getting a W after they're up 2-0 against the top-tier teams. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what went wrong today, watch some film, They got a match tomorrow against the Orlando Southern Exposure, 9 o'clock in the morning. So talking about short turnaround time.
Very short turnaround for
They
them.
got the shortest one of all. 23 kills for Ryan Mather, hit at a 52% rate. Jake Langlois overcame some early doldrums. They hit 17 kills today. New Jersey got 22 kills from Joe Norman and 13 apiece from Chris Vaughn and Jared Ray. Just not enough options today. And it was the Texas Tyrants getting the W in 3 sets again. Final score today, 35-37, 19-25, 25-18, 25-21, and officially 15-9 in that final set. Matt, your final thoughts on what was a pretty impressive win, I thought, for Texas to overcome New Jersey?
Well, a very high-level match played by both teams. Not a lot of errors, very clean volleyball. And really, that's a match that you would expect to see late in the season in the championship event that we got treated to today. So congratulations to the Tyrants. And for Freedom, got a couple of things to work on. Coach Edra and Coach Beaumont will definitely break down the video and put together some solid practice plans before their next event after tomorrow's match as well.
Well, Matt's going to go get on his coaching hat and suit and get ready for the next one. That will be the Inland Empire Matadors, trying to bounce back from a tough loss they had yesterday, giving away a match against Utah. OC Stunners haven't played this weekend. They will play our next one, which begins at 6 Pacific and 9 Eastern. You got your money's worth for this one. We said this would be our match of the day. It lived up to the billing as the Texas Tyrants, they're 5-0 on the year. New Jersey falls to 3-2. For Matt Prosser, Haley Henderson, and our entire hardworking crew, I'm Ira Thor. Stay with us. Next one coming up at 6 p.m.